Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Stars through the perilous fight.
You may be seated.
Good morning. Should I say good afternoon? Welcome to our 2015 Fall Commencement Ceremony. I'm Dr. Charles Patterson, Interim President of Georgia Southwestern State University, and I extend to you my personal congratulations to all of our graduates. As our guests in attendance today look upon our graduates seated on the floor of Convocation Hall, they will find a very diverse group of students. Many of our graduates are first of their family to graduate with a college degree. Others are adult learners who have strived for many years to walk across this stage today. Their backgrounds are varied, but what unites them today, at this moment in time, is achievement, the achievement of a college degree. However, graduates, know that it's the knowledge and experience gained from the pursuit of this degree that is a tangible product of your education. All that you have experienced and learned pursuing this degree is the true value. Your unique experience is something that belongs to you. You have earned this knowledge and experience, and it's incumbent upon you to use this knowledge to positively affect your life and the lives of others. And while it may appear to be the end of a long journey for each of our graduates, it is in reality the beginning. We call this celebration Commencement, which denotes the beginning of or start of an event. This is a celebration and the beginning of a new phase in the life of our graduates. Within the hour and forever after, you will henceforth be known as alumni of Georgia Southwestern State University. You will continue to be part of the storm. Part of the storm means you will represent this university throughout your life. As we gather to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, it is appropriate to also extend our thanks to those who have supported them in their academic pursuits. I would like to pay special tribute to our Georgia Southwestern faculty and staff, who are collectively the heart and soul of this great university and who are individually mentors of each of our graduates. Each graduate will have his or her own story about a professor whose inspiration and interest influence their success, not only in their academic pursuits, but also in ways that will be reflected upon in the future. Caring faculty, committed to the success of our students, is the hallmark of Georgia Southwestern State University. To the graduates, please applaud these men and women who have helped you on your journey today.
Spacious God, forever waves of grace.
It's my pleasure today to introduce our speaker, former Senator George Hooks. Senator Hooks is a sixth generation Sumter County native and a graduate of America's High School who served for 32 years in the Georgia General Assembly. Mr. Hooks played an important role in shaping Georgia's future. Senator Hooks graduated from America's High School and earned a bachelor's degree from Auburn University. He also holds an honorary law degree from Mercer University. George Hooks was first elected to the State House of Representatives in 1980. A young Representative Hooks gained widespread media attention as the chairman of a subcommittee focused on the AIDS epidemic, which had just emerged as a major health issue. Representative Hooks opposed a controversial proposal that would have required mandatory AIDS testing for all Georgians, and instead led the support for state funding for AIDS education. Senator Hooks mastered the complex details of state budgeting during his tenure as chairman of the Appropriations Committee. He was considered, and is still considered, to be one of the most knowledgeable lawmakers on the topic. Senator Hooks stepped up to the state Senate in 1990 and served there through 2012. As senator, Hooks was instrumental in working across the aisle with both Democrats and Republicans to eliminate a referendum that would have included restoring the old Confederate battle emblem to the state flag and avoiding an otherwise explosive issue for the state of Georgia. Senator Hooks became the Dean of the Senate, a designation reserved for the member with the most seniority. Senator Hooks remained chairman of Appropriations for nearly 10 years, a bipartisan at heart if there ever was one. He is still looked upon as a leader among leaders for his service to the Southwest region and the state of Georgia. Upon his retirement, he was appointed by Governor Nathan Deal to the State Board of Regents, which governs the university system of Georgia. Senator Hooks has been an unwavering supporter of Georgia Southwestern State University. Please help me show our support for his service to the state and to Georgia Southwestern State University, and welcome to the stage, Senator George Hooks.
Thank you, Dr. Patterson. Dr. Patterson, Dr. Walter, Dr. Peavy, Dr. Bridges, faculty, family, and friends. I count it a unique experience and opportunity to be with you on this special occasion. Several years ago, I had the opportunity to travel on business over to England, London, England. And for those of you that have been there, all of the rail system starts in London and goes out like the spoke of a wheel. 3 of us decided to venture out into the English countryside and went many miles east toward the Channel. The engineer told us, said, "You're in for a unique experience. For there is in the countryside of England this little church. And this little church is said to be one of the most beautiful examples of English architecture that there is in existence today. And there is this inscription we found up over the door of that church, which has always been a source of inspiration to me and my life. It reads, in 1653, when all things throughout the nation were either demolished or profaned, Sir Robert Shirley, a baron, founded this church, whose singular praise it is to have done the best of things in the worst of times. I came home from that trip and checked out the times in England and what they were like in 1653, and found they were the time of Parliament and the Long Parliament, the time of Oliver Cromwell, the time when the people in government had turned themselves totally against worship and things spiritual were torn down in every circumstance. In the middle of all of this, Robert Shirley went out and built this little church. He called together his neighbors and he called together their resources, and they constructed this beautiful English church. When they heard about it down in London, in the midst of all of this, Cromwell himself sent a messenger there to Shirley's place. He arrested him, carried him to London, tried him, and threw him in the Tower of London, where he spent the rest of his life as a prisoner of the crown. But again, it was to his singular praise to have done the best of things in the worst of times. 46 years ago today, I received my undergraduate degree from a university. Much has changed over the last 46 years, but certain basic truths remain the same, and hopefully they always will. With the help of your family and through your commitment, encouragement, and sacrifice of your family, you have achieved a major goal in life. Your next achievements will focus more on your commitment and sacrifice and less on your families. When Mallory took his group to climb Mount Everest, he said he could not live with that vision of Mount Everest in his mind unless he conquered it. Then Mallory, who had been in the United States and England before, took his group and headed to the top of Mount Everest. He was caught in a snowstorm, but the cable went back to London. Mallory last seen heading for the top. In my opinion, you should always strive at the top in all that you do in life. That's what the Apostle Paul wrote to the Philippian church that we find in his letter to Philippi, when he said, "Forgetting those things that are past, I press forward to the mark. There is no glory without struggle. There is no reward without sacrifice." Following a great gold medal in the Atlanta Olympics, a reporter asked the gold medal winner, "Weren't you in agony?" "I was in agony." "How did you stand the pain?" "Because through the pain lies the glory." What's true in sports is true in life. Those who are willing to pay the price are those who emerge as the winners. The path to greatness has always led through pain, sacrifice, and suffering. Place goals before your life and let your life follow those goals. Then, like the Apostle Paul, press forward to the mark. Strive at the top in all that you do, still holding to the basic, solid foundation of honesty, decency, and character. I love the story of the great American Robert E. Lee of Virginia. He was the son of the governor of Virginia and greatest hero of the American Revolution. He was second undergraduate at West Point. He had married the granddaughter of George and Martha Washington and was the product of the wealthiest family in Virginia. General Washington described the Lees as the finest family in all of America. Success after success after success had followed him all his life, but he found himself in Richmond in May of 1865, living in the tenant house of a friend, penniless, with an invalid wife and 3 dependent daughters. The federal government had taken his home of Arlington and turned it into a national cemetery so that he could never return. He had just surrendered to the army he had been offered to command. But then one morning that May, a letter arrived on his desk from the Chase Manhattan Bank of New York City, the largest banking institution in all the world. Because of his popularity in Europe, they offered him the honorary position of chairman of the board of directors, only for the use of his name on their stationery and 1 meeting a year for an astronomical salary of $50,000 a year. General Lee took pen in hand and wrote these words back: "Gentlemen, my name is all I have left in this world, and my name is not for sale at any price." 2 months later, he accepted the presidency of a struggling, little, bankrupt Presbyterian college in Lexington, Virginia, that we know now as Washington and Lee. And he spent the rest of his life teaching young Americans how to think and reason for themselves. He had pursued and achieved goals all his life. This was his last and final achievement. He never compromised his character. Another great American, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., speaking at the Washington Mall, said, "I am more impressed with a man's character than his currency." Both men truly placed character over currency. I believe that we must strive to also learn to master ourselves before we master others in life. Noted historian Alistair Cook, in his book Six Men, gives us the assessment of the life of Governor Adlai Stevenson, twice nominated and twice defeated for President of the United States. Writes Cook, "What he left behind is more splendid in a public man than a record of power. It is simply an impression of goodness." He had mastered the art, far more difficult and rarer than a successful politician, lawyer, banker, or even an actor. Success as a human being. The late Governor Adlai Stevenson remains one of the liveliest reminders of our time that there are admirable reasons for not winning every election and not being elected president. I believe there's another great lesson that each of us should never overlook. Let's always remember, when we're striving to achieve our goals, let us never forget the effects they have on those around us, both positive and negative. A grandfather and his grandson were walking along a beach after a violent storm. The beach was literally covered with starfish. As they walked, the young lad would pitch one starfish after another back into the ocean. Finally, the grandfather said, "Why are you doing that? There are millions and millions of starfish on this beach. He said, "It really doesn't matter." The young boy said, tossing another back into the sea, "It matters to that one." I believe that we all need to exemplify the hope, the character, the courage, and the faith of that English baron of long ago. The ability to do the best of things for ourselves, for our world, and the best of times or the worst of times. In the days and months ahead, you will face great challenges, but you are better equipped to handle each of these challenges than any generation this world has ever known. Graduates, strive for the top, do the best of things in all things, the best of things, no matter what the times. Congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Hooks, for that inspirational message. Good afternoon. I am Brian Adler. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I welcome all of you to our spring commencement ceremony. We're delighted to have family and friends here to celebrate this important milestone and want to be sure each graduate receives full recognition in today's ceremony. While applause are welcome, out of respect for all graduates, their families, and friends, please refrain from loud cheering, air horns, or other distractions that would disrupt the ceremony. Over 200 candidates will receive diplomas today for baccalaureate and master's degrees awarded by our 5 colleges and schools, each chaired by an academic dean. It is my pleasure at this time to recognize these deans who will be handing out our degree candidates' diplomas and assisting in the hooding of our master's degree students. And I'd ask you to hold your applause until they're all introduced. Dr. Kelly McCoy, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Elizabeth Wilson, Dean of the School of Business Administration. Dr. Boris Peltzberger, Dean of the School of Computing and Mathematics. Dr. Cheryl Venable, sitting in for Dr. Rachel Abbott, Dean of the School of Education. And Dr. Bonnie Simmons, sitting in for Dr. Sandra Daniel, Dean of the School of Nursing. I would also like to introduce the graduate program chairs who will be assisting in the hooding of our candidates for the master's degrees. The hooding of graduate students signifies advanced scholarly achievements. After receiving their diplomas, each candidate is hooded by their respective program chairs and deans. The graduate chairs participating in today's hooding are, and again, please hold your applause till they're all introduced, Dr. Carol Bishop, School of the Business Administration, Dr. Simon Bev, School of Computing and Mathematics, and Dr. Teresa Teasley, sitting in for Dr. Bonnie Simmons, School of Nursing. Georgia Southwestern State University provides the following master's degrees: Master of Arts in English, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Education, and Master of Science in Nursing. Will the candidates for these degrees please rise? Yes, stay risen, please. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Georgia Southwestern State University, I present for the conferring of degrees those candidates standing before us and whose names are in the printed program who have satisfactorily completed all requirements for their degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I now confer upon you a master's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto.
We will start with the candidates for the Masters of Business Administration. Jody James Kretzer, Jr. Latoya Nelson. Jessica Lee Swords. Earning the Master of Science in Computer Science, Megha Himanshu Mehta. Earning the Master of Nursing degree, Tara Bird Mosher. Candace Danielle Overholzer. Melissa Garcia Williams. Let's congratulate these newest graduates. We now move to the bachelor's degrees. Georgia Southwestern State University provides the following baccalaureate degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Will the candidates for these degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Georgia Southwestern State University, I present for the conferring of degrees these candidates standing before us and whose names are in the printed program who have satisfactorily completed all requirements for their degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto.
From the College of Arts and Sciences, Arthur James Bailey. Caitlin Ashley Bowman. Shaniqua Denise Brown. Justin Walter Budney. Kelsey Annalyn Campbell. Amanda Marie Chapman. Esther Delva. Esitu Diallo. Ivana Diamond Dunkley. Lajoon Elizabeth English. Julianne Jeanette Ewing. Ronald Patrick Fordham, cum laude. Robin Alicia Glover. Tiffany Michelle Glover. Hala Gabrielle Gross, cum laude. Anthony Marshall Hand, Jr. Gwendolyn C. Harris. Jennifer Lane Harvey. Anna Danielle Isaac, magna cum laude. Jamie Brittany Jones. Shanique Danielle Jones. Caitlin Michelle King. Catherine Lee Lavender. Marcus Randall Lewis. And Jeanette King Lockett. Richard Brandon Loper. Vanna Lucky. Leonard Robinson Martin, Jr. Jaleisha Monet McKinney. Carnisha Mercina Mercer. Jacqueline Marie Moore. Jaquarius Payne. Danielle Robert Perez. Anderson Lee Putnell. Taylor Joanna Rainey. Sally Ann Russell, magna cum laude. Jonathan Edward Simmons. Shatora Sierra Smith. Zoe Smith. Wendasha Stanberry. Kristen Elizabeth Stevens. Casey Elena Stewart. Eddie James Terry. Casey Diane Walker. Prentice Nicole Walker. Dante Antonio Wilkerson. Next, we have our candidates from the School of Business Administration. Reagan Elizabeth Alderman, magna cum laude. Chika Inaba. Carla Grace Outlaw Basco. Garrett Robert Blarmy. Derek Sean Boatwright. Dan Bogdan, magna cum laude. Bradley Travis Brooks, magna cum laude. Kyle Danielle Cameron. Gail Childress. Charisma LaQuay Collier. Charlie John Curran. Connor Lewis Deloach. Jason Scott Etheridge, magna cum laude. Jonathan Thomas Fall. Thomas W. Flournoy, cum laude. Juanita Marie Floyd. Amanda K. Godwin, magna cum laude. Ashton Elizabeth Goff. Heather Suzanne Haney. Tara Treadwell Harrison. Kiera Shante Green. James Moses Manganglia, India. Darcy Ann Jackson. Hannah Elizabeth Johnson. Malloy Jason Johnston. Nicole Emily Jones. James Gatewood Ledbetter. Jasmine Simone McSwain. Kirby Christopher McDonald. Stacha Merlin. Christina Murphy, magna cum laude. Lashana Monique O'Neill. Andrew Calvin Patisol. Roberta Helene Peterson, magna cum laude. Zachary William Pirtle. Jennifer Lynn Powell. Samantha Kathleen Price. Jared Heath Renault. Ashley Noel Rundles. Cortland Randolph Summers III. Curtzia Yorlet Villalobos, summa cum laude. Mary Carleen Wise, summa cum laude. Next up, the School of Computing and Mathematics. Jameson Warren Drew. Jason Henry Hatcher. Matthew Ryan Ingle. Michael Alexander Lawson. Jason Robert Maxwell, magna cum laude. Anders Frederick Olson, summa cum laude and honors graduate. Rakia Yvonne Zanders. Judy Sunny Zook. Next, School of Education. Kenyana Fenez Armstrong. Richard Thomas Barron. Lauren Haley Baublitz. Kyra Patrice Brown. Holly Ann Bunce. Leslie Ann Bunce. Michelle Rooks Butler, magna cum laude. Sakajuia Nikisha Cameron. Christopher Michael Campos, magna cum laude. Glenn Rachel Cunningham. James Madison Donaldson. Chelsea Taylor Eaton. Sarah Caitlin Houston Hendricks. Harley Donette Ivemeyer. Tina Hayslip Jennings. Betty Ansley Jones. Kimwana Danielle Kennedy. Tinsley Angie Kennedy. Mary Brooke Lawhorn. Brianna Paige Levens, cum laude. Rebecca Lee Lewis. Lauren Raven Martin. Molly Catherine McBride, summa cum laude. Hillary Kai McClelland, cum laude. Carly Lauren Murphy. Samantha Elizabeth Nelson, cum laude. Emily Melissa Philpott, cum laude. Cade Dylan Poole. Laura Bradford Ray. Georgianne Swartz Roberts. Kristen Elise Robinson. Robert Tucker Rush, cum laude. Megan Leanne Seabolt. Lacey Nicole Stevens. Davis Michael Summerlin. Catherine Elizabeth Sumner, magna cum laude. Brittany Sky Tackett. Molly Morris Taunton, summa cum laude. Hope Elizabeth Teasley, magna cum laude. Jakin Nicole Tillery, cum laude. Kendall Marie Tomlinson. Adriana Valdez. Brittany Elizabeth Walker. Michael Scott Walters, Jr. Lily McCalla Welsh, magna cum laude. Randy Lee Evans Williams. Mary Margaret Wilson. Rebecca Renee Wyndham. Damon Van Yates. School of Nursing. Noma Harriet Naomi Anyo. Tiffany Nicole Blake. Morgan Taylor Bridges, magna cum laude. Lauren Elise Burge. Minx Ellen Dameron. Audrey Christine Davis. Marva LaShawn Drake. Jessica Lindsay Driver. Cameron Andrew Griffin. Kyle Lewis Gerdran. Catherine Ann Hutchins. Nadine Bashara Kidadu. Kaylee Shea Crone. Jenna Marie Lysa. Rebecca Shea Lowe. Kelly Marie Maxwell. Savannah Whitney McCullough, cum laude. Allison Elizabeth Pastor. Shatal Patel. Maggie Perez. Clark Harding Putnell. Kalina Cashel Ray. Emily Ruth Rowland, cum laude. Christy Nicole Sheridan, cum laude. Amanda Yvette Smith. Ashley Nicole Smith. Julia Malloy Smith, cum laude. Sydney Renee Smith. Brianna Lakia Still. Madeline Camille Swift. Christian Chella Turner. Andrea Milena Vielta, cum laude. Chastity Danielle Wainwright. Sarah Brittany Nicole Weir, cum laude. Jasmine Shantae Willite, cum laude. Deborah Williams.
Will all of our undergraduates receiving degrees please rise? Graduates, it is now my pleasure to ask you to turn your tassels from the right to the left. Graduates, please be seated. Dr. Lamont Hall is the president of the Georgia Southwestern Alumni Association, having graduated in 1998 with a BS in psychology. Dr. Hall is now the director of online learning at Georgia Piedmont Technical College. I've had the pleasure of working with Dr. Hall since his recent appointment to the Alumni Association. And he has a great passion for seeing Georgia Southwestern grow and prosper. Please help me in welcoming to the podium Dr. Lamont Hall.
My, what a time. You've walked across the stage, you've moved your tassel. But it's one other thing that you must remember. As Senator Hook said, you're standing upon the shoulders that are sitting in the stands. I think about my grandmother, who sacrificed to send me here. Guys, I would like for you to stand. And I'm quite sure you know where your family is. Stand and give your family, for their support, a round of applause. I'm quite sure there were times, just like with my grandmother, that she went in that closet and came up with some money that she claimed she never had, just to make sure I had. You're walking across that stage, and with that degree come responsibilities. And that responsibility is reaching back, touching the lives of those you know, and maybe even some that you don't. As Dr. Patterson mentioned, I'm a part of the Alumni Association, and I've been a part of the association since like '04. And it's one of the best things that I could possibly do. A friend of mine who graduated from high school with me encouraged me to come back. And believe me, it's nothing like giving back. And you don't have to stand in the limelight to give back. You can play behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, when you know that you've helped somebody else get to that next stage in life, it's worth it. And we're not saying it's all about your money, which that is great. Give back. Give of your time. I've gotten to the point now, I'm probably in Americas twice, sometimes 3 times a month. But that's a 2-hour drive for me one way. That doesn't matter. Because when I see graduates walk across the stage, and it might not be that I gave you a lot of money, it's just to know that I'm supporting Georgia Southwestern. Guys, you're going out into the world and you're the future leaders. But it's one thing I'm going to ask you to do when you go out. Represent Georgia Southwestern and represent well. Because if you screw up, all they see is a Georgia Southwestern alumni. But when you shine, they find that university on a small town on the hill in Americus, Georgia, and that's Georgia Southwestern. And as the president of Georgia Southwestern State University's Alumni Association, I confer upon you the status of alumni of Georgia Southwestern State University. Thank you.
Please stand and join in singing the alma mater and remain standing for the academic recessional.